All right, guys, we made it to day 27. I don't know why before recording this video, I sat down for 2 minutes and I'm like, did I record a video yesterday? Did I post yesterday? And yeah, we did the Alexander Netflix series um, review and things like that. And I hope you guys got something out of it. I hope you guys took the good points that you can apply to yourself from the show or whatever I said in that video. And you guys can watch the show too and just look out for those points as well. So, but today's today. Today it was a long distance run. We added 7 miles to our 1,000 mile goal this year, and it felt. I want. I really wanted. I really want to know. I should have gone for 1 more mile just to keep up with the trend. 8 miles, things like that. Like that's my long distance. Long distance for other people. Nick Bear, it's 30 miles, 20 miles. It's insane mileage daily. Well, not daily, but on the weekend or whatever, whenever he runs. So I did 7 miles. It felt horrible. Um, I think it's because I did 4 miles yesterday plus the workout, and I should have rested a little bit more. And I woke up at 4:30 in the morning today. Maybe I should have rested a little bit more. Um, or maybe waited longer and gone out to run a little bit more in the afternoon rather than early in the morning. So lesson learned, or not lesson learned. I did it, but it just sucked. Let's just put it that way. So, guys, what I want to talk to you today about is what is a hybrid athlete and why I'm gonna start using that term for my type of training, just because it fits what I'm doing, and hopefully one day I can look like the definition of a hybrid athlete. Right now, I'm just me, regular. Hybrid athlete, when I first discovered the term hybrid athlete was watching Nick Bear. I've been following him for a few years now, and he when I started running, I started watching him even more because of the running. Now when he was lifting weights and he was like 225 pounds, I didn't care. I was following other people, but when I started running, I saw that he runs crazy mileage, and so I started watching to learn more how to run, what you need to eat, now how many calories he eats in a day, things like that. So very basic, common sense things to know when you are going to embark on a new journey, right? So Nick Bear, hybrid athlete. I discovered that term a few years ago when I was watching him, and his physique is the perfect physique that a hybrid athlete would want to have. Not too heavy, aesthetic as hell. You look jacked, like you actually work out, and even though the legs are not the biggest, they're still aesthetic pleasing legs, right? But either way, if you're a hybrid athlete, you if you tell yourself you're a hybrid athlete, you're in your brain, you're already not thinking that you want to have big legs and you want to squat 405 and things like that. I think Nick Bear can squat 405. He's a specimen of a human. But anyway, not the normal person, average person is not squatting 405 for reps. So I started watching him. I discovered that hybrid athlete. I started calling my method hybrid athlete as well, because that's basically what I do. I love to run long distance. That one, when I started doing 1,000 miles, I'm not sure if he ever put out his mileage yearly, but I'm sure he does more than 1,000, close to 2,000 most likely. Um, but hybrid athlete is basically putting bodybuilding and running, or just being athletic overall, together. So how he described it in one of his videos was, you don't have to go 100% strength training, bodybuilding, powerlifting, and 100% running, boxing, aerobic training. You have to go 80% in one side and 80% on the other side, because when you combine them together and you become that hybrid athlete and you're running long distances and doing a lot of cardio, like cardiovascular training and strength training, bodybuilding essentially, you can do it for a long term and it's sustainable year round. Now, if you're doing 100% here, 100% here, you're gonna burn out, overtrain very, very quickly. This is why I don't go for 6, 8 reps in the gym. Now, there's no need to go for that low amount of reps and so much heavy weight when you have to also be able to recover in time to run high miles. So running, bodybuilding, 80%, 80%. Training, when you are doing both, hybrid, you're doing exactly what I'm doing right now. You're weight training 3 to 4 times a week, and you're running. You set up the days, however your schedule works. You set up the dates to do long distance running or boxing or whatever cardiovascular activity you're doing, 3 days or 4 days out of the week, depending on which one you want to put first in line, which one is more important to you, and then you do that for more days. So for, let's say you want to be boxing, have intense boxing, like you want to become a boxer type of thing, you want to do that first and then focus on the weight training, because you don't love weight training as much and you do like it, and you want to keep that muscle on and you want to be lean and strong, but you want to focus more on boxing. So do 4 days boxing, 3 days of weightlifting, and then just figure it out with your schedule and how your schedule works. For me, I I, I was doing 3 full body workouts: gym, weight training, strength training, 3 times a week, and then running 6 days a week. So I wasn't running long distance on my weight training days, just 2 miles, just to work on my cardio and just to keep active. And they're like slow paced runs. Now, since I want to long run even longer, now whenever I work out, I give myself enough rest. So in the morning, 5 a.m., hit the weights. In the PM, maybe 2 p.m., I'll go for a run. And those 2 miles, instead of doing them easy, I'll go 85 to 90% as fast as I can to improve my intensity. So then in the long term, when I go on my long distance runs on the weekends, mostly when I want to like pass my limits and achieve a new PR or whatever, my cardio gets better and the slower paced miles last longer. I hope that makes sense. So when I do my 2 miles, run 85 to 95% as fast as I can, so the cardio can keep up for the long distance. Because when you run long distance, you're never gonna run at 90 to 95 to 100%. So when you're running those 2 miles, you're teaching your body and even your breathing. Like when you work on your breathing, you start to like kind of know your body more and just learn how to go with your steps and your stride when you're running. It's all about training. Whenever you want to get better at something, you have to train, you have to practice, right? A new skill, whatever. So that's basically what it is. On those days that are throughout the week, take them as you have to do your homework for it to take the test on the weekends, and then pass your test, and then just go from there and keep evolving, evolving, evolving. So hybrid athlete is essentially that. You want to do two different things at the same time and be active as much as possible, just not fully focused on one single thing. Because if not, you just become a runner and then, yeah, I lift weights sometimes, or become a bodybuilder and, yeah, I do 20 minutes of cardio. I run for 10 minutes. Okay, if you run for 10 minutes, you're not a runner. So that's it. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Why I train? Why I train is because I want that physique, it's sustainable. Now Nick Bear does not look natural, even though he doesn't claim unnatural or natural. You can clearly see he was 225 pounds, solid muscle, and maybe he has great genetics, obviously, but to be 225 solid muscle, he had fat obviously, but it was just huge. And to come down to 195 to 200, and now even a little bit less, and retain all that muscle, like, I and it's just, he could be natural. It just does not seem that he is natural, but the physique even if he's not natural, is what you want to try to achieve as a hybrid athlete. To me, that's the most aesthetic you can look. Being looking big, ripped, strong on the upper, and then being shredded enough and like aesthetic enough to not let your legs look like you have big ass legs and walk around like you're a, I don't know, a ninja turtle or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically the physique that I aspire to have, and one day, hopefully without steroids, and or TRT, which is same thing. God. But that's the reason why I do hybrid training, because I want to look like that, and I also want to do it long term. That's another huge thing. You want to do it long term. When you're just bodybuilding, yeah, you could do it long term too, but there's so many things that could go wrong with like always trying to get stronger, always trying to, it's it's not, it's sustainable as well. It's just not, it's not very good. Like you're not so active, man. Like I was weighing 205 pounds, buffed up, whatever, but I couldn't scratch my back. I couldn't run for my life. Mind you, I was a soccer player before, played soccer all my life. And at 205 pounds, I couldn't even run. You're out of breath all the time. Like even if you work on your cardio being that heavy, it's hard, man. If you're not like solid muscle at 205 and you work on your cardio, not, and you're already on the small percentage of people in the world, because not everybody works out, right? So now to be in that percentage of being 205 pounds solid muscle and maintain that throughout the entire year, yeah, it's very hard and very unsustainable. So the hybrid athlete is what everybody should be doing. To be honest, it's becoming more of a, I want a trend, but it's also a lifestyle. Like that's the lifestyle that you want to have: intense training, being active, being able to sustain the training of lifting weights and running and feeling good and looking good for the rest of your life, instead of just looking good, but on a day-to-day life you're not really the most suff- efficient, I guess. I'm trying to think of the word, man, but damn. But that's about it, guys, for today's video. We did the 7 miles. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to go for 4. Tomorrow I'm now lifting weights. Tomorrow's Sunday, and that's it. Hopefully you guys look into what a hybrid athlete is, and look at other YouTubers that are actually more in depth into hybrid athlete, or been doing it for a longer time than me. I started this 2 years ago when I started running, but when I started running I was doing it horrible, because like I told you guys in videos before, I was running to just reach a goal of doing 1,000 miles, but I wasn't really hitting the gym. But I was still learning about being a hybrid athlete, right? Then I completely stopped running. I started lifting weights again for a year, and then the next year I was like, okay, where do I go from here? I started lifting weights with less intensity and still not running, but trying to do a little bit more cardio. So it was like uphill, down, down again, steady. And now I'm trying to get back up to running and lifting weights and eating more calories on the days that you run, because when you're running or you're doing boxing or whatever, as a hybrid athlete, on the days that you run, you're gonna have to eat way more calories, because you're gonna burn way more calories. Your body's gonna need to recover better. And yeah, like for example, today I came home and there was chocolate milk, very cold chocolate milk after my 7 mile run, and I'm like, I heard somewhere that this is good for you after your runs. So I went to ask ChatGPT if it's good to drink chocolate milk after a run, and it gave me the go, and there I was drinking chocolate milk. It tasted really good. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, this channel is about inspiring you guys to start doing something, getting off the couch. You're watching me do what I want to do and achieving my goals day to day. So one day when we actually get there, you guys can see that it wasn't all just not hard work. Like, I'm putting in work every single day, sitting here talking to you guys and letting you guys know what my day to day looks like. And in the future, hopefully, get better camera footages, or camera footage, and like get better equipment. Maybe um, get a videographer or something, like upgrade the quality, upgrade the storytelling of the channel, so I can really focus on not editing after this and things like that, outsource stuff. So one day at a time, baby. That's it for today. Like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and catch you next time.